Welcome, guys. So, today I am going to be talking about what has got everybody's knickers in a twist today. Ferrari EV, the Luce. First of all, I've got to say, what a name, Luce, which means light in Italian. Now, before I go into my perspective of the Ferrari Luce and the EV foray, I want to tell you that the EV vehicle manufacturing is a mainstream business, and this year it will account for 30% of all global vehicles sold. 30% of all vehicles sold in the world will be electric vehicles. Let's start there. So, do you think a company as storied, as strong, as as popular, as powerful as Ferrari, with a kind of history, rich history they have in motorsport and vehicles, craftsmanship, whatever you want to call it, wouldn't want to have a slice of that? Of course they would. So it therefore follows business sense that they would do this. Now, how they've done it is what I guess people are up in arms about. Everyone's flabber is absolutely gasted, completely. Their flabbers are about as gasted as they can be, completely flabbergasted. Maybe they could have done it like Rimac Group did, which is Bugatti Rimac. They could have a separate company that would maybe have the prancing horse, but be called something else, or be tied to the prancing horse via advertising and all these things. I don't know, Luce brought to you by Ferrari, something like this. Maybe they could have done that so that the people who are typical Ferrari owners would understand that this is a subsidiary. This is not main Ferrari. But then I feel like if they did that, they would have watered down the brand unnecessarily. And I think a lot of what will be the unique selling point, the USP for this Luce will be the fact that it was made by Ferrari. Now, very interestingly, last month, Hoff Capital from New York, co-founded, by the way, by a gentleman called Onsi Sawiris. Onsi Sawiris is the son of the leader or the head of the Sawiris family from Egypt, who are multi billionaires. I think they might be even one of the wealthiest in Africa. So they have this fund in New York called Hoff Capital, and they partnered with, wait for it, Blue 5 Capital from Abu Dhabi. Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. The Abu Dhabi investment arms. They got multiple arms. They know what they're doing. They're investing in places that you need to be in. And I love it. So they've bought the 45% stake that Porsche owned of Bugatti. Now, Volkswagen is completely devoid of any ties to it. And it is now totally back with Bugatti and Rimac. And mate Rimac, I hope I'm saying his name right, mate, he's Croatian. He is going to remain as CEO and also the largest shareholder of that group, which is amazing. So now they will be free to do what they need to do. Now, the second or third largest investment fund or sovereign fund in the world is investing in EV. I don't know. Ferrari is starting not to look crazy anymore. Ferrari is starting not to look crazy anymore. They got to get into the slice. They got to get a slice of that cake. They have to. So Bugatti and Rimac did it last month. Now Ferrari is bringing out the Luce. The EV vehicle business, 30% this year. What do we think it's going to be in 2027? What do we think it's going to be in 2028? What do we think it's going to be by 2030? Let's bear in mind that these guys are doing these things not for now, not for this year. This is forecast. They're building up for the future. So, If I had the €500,000 in my pocket, would I get that Luce? Bearing in mind, at age 16, I was taken for a drive by a school friend of mine's father who had a Testarossa. Ooh, I tell you what, the gear changes, the sound of the engine and the cornering, the deafening noise of those prancing horses. It took me to a place I'd never been before. And that moment, I told myself, one day I will own a Testarossa. I don't care how old the Testarossa is I'm going to buy or how old I am. I need a Testarossa. And I probably need a couple of other Ferraris. Now, I'm about as petrol head as your next petrol head is. I will not know every single component of a car, but I love cars and I love driving and I love Ferrari. It doesn't mean that I can't appreciate the Luce. The Luce serves a different purpose, and I get it. I just saw a video of the Pope and the president of Ferrari, John Elkann. He was being given a tour of the new car. I was thinking to myself, wow, the optics, man, the optics, the optics. You've got the leader of the Catholic Church sitting in the new Ferrari EV. You can't call him to go and sit in the other Ferraris that were combustion engine. No, what does he care about? That's standard. But this is going to be divisive. This is going to be polarizing. And Ferrari themselves have said, look, we're not making this car because we think that every single other of our existing Ferrari customers are going to love it. No, this is a different market. They want to get new customers. And let's think about it. All these tech guys, the open AIs, the investment funds, the XAIs, the Musks, the Bezos, the Zuckerbergs, all of these new tech bros that are making billions and billions. This is the target audience. That's who they're going for. There is a lot of extremely wealthy people who were born in the last 30 years or 35 years max, who are interested or more aligned with what EV vehicles bring for you or what they afford. So that's what Ferrari is doing. And like I said, I love the name. The color is interesting. Maybe I wouldn't have it in that color. I'd go for it full black. Maybe black and like a mahogany brown. Or paint a sample. I pick my own color, like a British racing green. Yeah, British racing green and the black. Give me that Luce, man. Give me that Luce. I'll take it. Yeah, €500,000. I'll take it. Sign me up, Ferrari. Deliver it to me in my house in Monte Carlo. Actually, no. Don't take it to Monte Carlo. Put it in Sardinia. I prefer it there. So yeah, this is why Ferrari is doing it. I don't think we can blame them. I think this is the next step for them. There is a lot of tariffs going on in the world in manufacturing and vehicles. The industry is growing very, very rapidly. It would be stupid of Ferrari with a 57 billion market cap to ignore something that is 30%. 30%. That's such a huge number, by the way. 30% of all vehicles sold. China is a huge market. Southeast Asia is growing rapidly. Europe is growing rapidly because of the tariffs, because of restrictions on manufacturing of vehicles and combustions and emissions. They would be stupid to ignore this. Go for it, Ferrari. You got my seal of approval. And when the Luce comes out, trust you're going to see it everywhere. Trust you will. Because there's some Ferrari owners who think, like I have just thought, would be able to differentiate between what the EV brings, what the Luce represents, to what the Maranello or the 499 or the 8 this or the Fiorino, whatever Ferrari you want to talk about, or the Testarossa, what that represents. And for some of those guys that are heavy petrol heads and they love the Testarossa, if they were forced, if they had to get an EV vehicle, where do you think they're going to go? Prius? Geely? Where do you think they're going to go? BYD? Tesla? Nah. Luce. That's where they're going to go. Ferrari Luce. So, as always, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Please, guys, let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? Do you think Ferrari made the right choice, made the right move? Did they do it in the right way? Should they have set up a different company and then run it like that? Do you think that if they had done that, they would still have the same kind of polarizing effect? And like I said, we're talking about it. Everyone is talking about it. This is advertising. So let me know what you think. From me, I'm here for it. Lucha is the way forward. Peace and love.